Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Once again, I'm Nev from Nev's Bits, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet. Today we're taking a look at May 1982, Popular Mechanics. It's interesting that this stuff is over 40 years old now. It seems like just like yesterday. And of course, we got on the front just what every man needs. A 67 Camaro, a good-looking Whammons, and a cute little puppy dog. Don't have a life complete unless you have all those things. Really though, nothing better in this world than a dog and her Whammons. See Kodak's amazing new Kodamatic. That's right, friends. Step on up and get your ticket. Get the color Kodamatic. Very nice. Very slimline. Very 80s looking advertisement. I love it. I feel like I should know who this guy is, but really that is a good picture. Back in the day, there was big issues with getting low light. Here's a Marlboro man I don't think I've seen before. I don't think I've seen this gentleman. It seems to be the same guy, but that's not him. Red Wings, that's my personal favorite type of boot. I'll tell you what, Bubby, nobody makes a perfect narrow foot boot than them. We used to wear those all the time in my family until manufacturing moved to China, and I'm not saying Chinese don't build good things, I'm just saying the first batch of anything anybody makes is generally not very good. Over on the right-hand side, we see an arse that must belong to Hank Hill. No glutes. No glutes at all. How to pick a pocket. That J.C. Penney, doing it right. As Hank Hill would say, why would you want to do drugs when you could just mow the lawn? I wonder if John Deere still makes lawnmowers. They must. Now this is interesting. New stuff, basically. Yep, we've seen these everywhere, but apparently in 1982 these were kind of new. And I think all of us by now know how to set those things up because we've all had to replace them when we go to stores and we try to pick something up that's carded of some sort or other, and it just takes the whole darn thing, the whole metal arm with it. Now this is really interesting. This unit actually detects wood framing members. Members. We just call those studs these days, right? Interesting. Interesting. Little bitty sonar. Oh, I love how they open it up and show you what's on the inside. That is the best. I get Pennzoil protection in all my cars. We can tell this is early 80s because we don't have a airbrush. We have watercolors done very nicely. And we're using that old kind of can. 10W30. Do we still use 10W30? The ducks of North America. Miniature decoy ducks. Well, frick, that's interesting. They got miniature versions of it. That definitely seems like a boomer thing, but hey, if it makes you happy, who cares as long as it's not putting you in debt, right? Seriously. I never knew golden rum tasted like this. I gotta say, somebody told me that everyone just actually thinks most rum and hard liquor tastes like arse, and they're lying otherwise. I gotta say, I've never had a taste for anything other than a cold, frothy beer on a hot day. I gotta say, beer alcoholism, it's definitely, oh geez, and cigarettes too. Did you say 1/3 less tar? Oh, I'm going to sleep with you tonight. Anyways, as we go back through history, it definitely seems like the two, tobacco and alcohol, stick with us for quite a while. So Jon Snow managed to figure out that cholera was coming from bad water, basically. And one thing he noted was that at a particular place in the area he was searching for was a brewery, and nobody there had any issues because everyone there just drank beer all the time. Man, I wonder what their livers were like. Anyways, getting back to it. Here we got a weed whacker. I didn't know we had weed whackers that early. Maybe my family was just really cheap, but I didn't know about weed whackers until like 1990. Solitary confinement. Yep, using the sun to boil water. And that's how we get a lot of the energy we have. We use nuclear, we use coal, we use solar to warm up water, make some steam, and that makes us energy. We've been doing that all the way back from the original steam trains. Man, those original steam trains had so much pipes and craziness in it that if you actually seen the inside of it, you'd be like, whoa. I'd love to know the types of guys that made that. I would love to watch a video on how individuals made an old steam train. I mean the engine with the pipes. Lock and load with the little Instamatic 110 camera. Man, I remember seeing a guy get his whole squad wiped when he was trying to take a photograph from the ground of a helicopter. Man, from the helicopter's point of view, that thing really looked like an RPG. With the way that guy was sitting on the side of the wall, it didn't look like he was standing there bracing. It looked like he was taking cover. Whole bunch of them got wiped. A lot of people got in trouble for that. A lot of people in the air got in trouble. But seriously, when I seen that video, I thought they were about to take fire. You can tell this is early 80s because Buddy here does not have his PPE on. And I know you might say that's not a very manly thing, but I bet a lot of the people that weren't wearing PPE were the ones that got hurt and the ones that got the money from it from the insurance people, and then they could go on to complain and whatnot. The station wagon, the Oldsmobile, the fake wood panel. I love every bit of it. I want one of these so badly. My part of Ontario, though, unfortunately, we got a lot of rust going. You might as well call this the Rust Belt. I keep getting amazed every time I go further up north, every time I get to Alberta and go up north to the small little villages that are pretty much only there because of the beef. And just in people's backyards, they got the oldest, nicest looking vehicles. A 12-volt auto fan. I love those things. I find the 12-volt fans are a bit noisier. Maybe that's just my luck. The car computer prevents dead car batteries. Not with the way that I forget to leave the lights on the old things. Technology update. I always wanted to get my hands on one of these. This one used a disc system, as seen below. I bet a lot of people would go for that just because the idea of a disc. That is so cool. I've seen discs that have images on them, and it's really romantic to take them, put them up to a light, and look through it, and just imagine what the images would be like if the colors weren't inverted. Little dune buggy in the sand, little blue dune buggy in my hand. I want to make one of those now. Well, that's an interesting advertisement. You can shrink $600 car repair down to 25 bucks. And who wouldn't want to do something like that? I don't like the idea of looking down at the guys fixing your car, blue collar, white collar, whatever. Hey, how do you get your tie to do that when you're leaning forward? It's a witch! It's a witch! Burn the witch! Here's a man that enjoys his duckies. I've never seen a guy so well dressed, so interested in wooden decoy ducks. I'm wondering, were wooden decoy ducks like specifically just a collectible once upon a time? These old magazines have far too much trust and glue. I mean, it just, I don't know. It never worked out for me. Oh, now I like that idea. Keep a little piece of string at the end of your cord, and then you can just tie it all up at the end there. That's lovely. Hey, here we got the Air Force, Top Gun all the way. All they need to do is advertise. If you're in the Air Force, you get to stay inside and watch Top Gun all day and discuss how it's really not as gay as you think it might be. Legit though, I love that battle station. I love it all day. I don't mean to cast shade at any service people at all. God knows my ass couldn't get through basic training. Then again, with the way that everyone in the service complains that basic training ain't what it used to be, I might be able to get it done with one hand tied behind my back in 2025. Oh my goodness, I want one of those. I want one of those so badly. Oh yeah, tops off at 70 miles per hour. Cost a tidy 50,000. Wow, it was a lot back then, wasn't it? Still. Advertisements like these make me remember good old days traveling far in a Chevette. Nothing but a Chevette. Remember when it was somewhat safe to go backpacking and camping on your own with your woman? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Oh wait, that's a motorbike. She's got a motor on the front of that. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome sauce and a half. Oh yeah. Here we got some old style lawn tractors. Get the red edge. Tough tractors. Unbeatable offers. New receivers, because you know you gotta get on the business of the police and fire department, who would probably rather you just stay out of it, you frickin' busybody. None of these things really work anymore, because all of the signals have changed to digital and whatnot, right? Man, I'd love to be able to have a garage like this, but in Canada, house prices are so frickin' expensive. It's kind of like Manhattan and various parts in New York. It's you want to have the land, you don't care if there's actually anything on it, because the land just seems to go up in value itself. And because of that, young families can't get land, and people who want to make machine shops can't make machine shops. People who want to have businesses can't have businesses. I'm sorry, I really should be looking back at the past instead of complaining about what's going on today. Forgive me, guys. Here we have an example, a beautiful example of the airbrushing. I love this stuff. I have fallen in love with all kinds of artists throughout my life and had artists as friends too. And I've never met any of them that could make airbrushing dreams like this. I'm probably just going to have to YouTube it or something, see how they actually do it. But what I love about artists is when they start, you have no idea what they're doing. They know what they're doing in their head, and then when they get it around to about 50%, you see them pull it all together. It's just wonderful. It's really interesting how in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, the car you drove, what you wore, and the cigarettes you smoked made up who you were, basically. You were your job. You were all of these things, and that's how society seemed to work. I knew a guy who was an ex-con. He was into dealing, high stakes, and he was saying one time he totally got his buddies and him out of trouble because the cops were like staking him out, and he got into his Adidas pants and some kind of shirt that made him look like a jobber or something like that. And he got in his car and he took off in one direction and the cop followed him. Then his buddies just took off the other way while the cops were busy following him because they profiled him. But I guess you have to do that sometimes. I don't know. I just think it's funny as hell. Okay, now we got 3 pages, 3 great ideas of a good time. Introducing the bench shop, wood shop. I would love to hang out with that guy and just talk shop and any frickin' story that guy had. Love hearing stories. I would love to use one of these. One of these days before I croak, I'm going to use one of those. I would love to have a Whammons that would come along with me with one of these. But more importantly, check this out. This same picture and advertisement has been used since the 60s, perhaps. You can tell every time you see it, there's a heart on it. And things seem to be decommissioned. If you look close enough, you'll find you can do, yeah, deluxe chrome with ringer. I've seen some of these deluxe chrome ones in the background of some black and white movies if they were in a really snazzy hotel or someplace like that. In the Navy, see some seamen, hang out with some really cool guys. It's not just a job, it's an adventure. Well, folks, that's it for me, Nev from Nev's Tech Bits. Like and subscribe if you like this stuff. It's always appreciated. But more importantly, folks, take care of each other, will you?